I hope I'm in frame, I can't see. Hi all, welcome back to Tired Format. I'm the idiot called Jason and have some explaining to do because I've done it again, bought another one. So to explain my situation right now, this is my new, to me, 2007 Range Rover Vogue SE TDV8. So it's the same spec as my black one, except it's a year newer and it's the diesel. It was a complete chance that I ended up buying this. A friend texted me. He runs a good company called Oxford Car Storage. I'm a frequent member of. And one of the chaps there who stores cars with him had too many cars. He'd bought a replacement for this, but couldn't bear to let go. And I think he finally decided to let it go. So when I heard how cheap he was going to let it go for, I jumped on it. And within 48 hours, the deal was done. And I picked up Sunday. Today is Monday. So I haven't had a chance to drive it much, but I thought I'd walk you around it because it's got some quirks. Yeah, so I'll walk you through it, go over it, give you some thoughts, and at the end of the video I'll tell you how much I paid, and you guys can tell me if I got a good deal or not, because I'm pretty pleased, really. I'm pretty pleased. Right then, let's start at the front. That seems to make much more sense, doesn't it? So yeah, this one's in a really nice shade of silver, which I really like. We've got a crack in the lens here. I would swap it with my black one, but my black one has the inner bit of the lens falling out, so driver side headlamps I don't have much luck with. You can see this is kind of faded. Someone will be able to tell me if this is the correct grille. I didn't know if it was or not, but it's an 07, 57, I'm not too familiar with what it should have. But having said that, the headlights are really clear. The paint is excellent. In the sun earlier, this was really shining. It's got later wheels on it. I'm not 100% on these, but I am 100% keeping them because of the tyres. We've got some Pirelli Scorpion Zeros, which I think are a bit more of a wintry setup. Probably not good for this season, but hey ho. Again, some greying or something here. I'm tempted just to spray that a sort of colour match that I can get. I'm not really 100% sure what colour it should be. Bit of a wing mirror knock here, typical L322, but the glass is okay. That's the difficult bit. Hello, me. Door handles started to fade a little bit. But one thing I like about this car is he had the rust done once already. So look at this. It's actually pretty clean. We've got some starting there and here and all under here. But I think I can treat this and repaint it. And I'll probably have to do that most years. It is missing its arch guard on this side and there. So I might do that trick where you buy a Freelander one that does all of them. But I haven't decided yet. Around the back, it's got a bit of a weird gap going on with the bumper there. It's probably had a bit of a knock. Not 100%. Then it's got the classic tailgate rust, which is propagating somewhat. I think I can sort this, but it's a bit annoying because you have to take bits off to get to it. So I'll see how far I want to go with it. He's recently done gas struts on the lid, so that's one less job for me. Go away spider. There is a bit of an oddity with the camera. It appears that someone's drilled it when this has got a bit bad. Or maybe the lens has just come off. I don't actually know, but it might have actually been a repaired camera unit. Actually, it looks like it might be an aftermarket one. I don't really know, but it's not great, but it works. So that's better than my last one. There is a bit of bobbling going on here. Again, it hasn't got those arch protectors on here, probably because it's either fallen off or been repainted once before. And this arch is a little bit worse. They always seem to be worse on the driver's side, these things. My one is as well, but still, pretty solid considering, you know, it's a 2007 L322. And having said that, there's not a single dent. This is polish residue. That might be a bit of a scratch. I think that's the only scratches I've found on it so far. Yeah, even the wheels aren't curbed and everything. It's pretty mint outside. Good sign of a careful owner. National Trust sticker. Right, so let's go inside then. Let's have a quick look in here. So being a 2007, unlike my 2006, it has the facelift interior as well as the exterior. My 2006 is just a facelift exterior. They didn't bring this all in until 2007, and I didn't realise what I was missing, really. It's really nice in here. The interior then is in such good condition for the age. I mean, it's done just under 124,000 miles. There's a couple of scratches here and there. You know, the driver's side has wear, but no tears, which is cool. All works fine except for the heated seat on this side, just like my other one. It must be a really common thing for these, that the driver's side goes first. Yeah, so the electric steering wheel isn't working standard. That's not too bad of a fix. I can probably sort that. I've already stuck my little magnetic thing on here. So the 07 interior is different for quite a few reasons. I'll try and walk through them. The dash is a bit different. On the top especially, you've got these vents, which are a godsend, because I found that my pre-facelift interior, it took a while to get cool. There wasn't enough ventilation. You also have two glove boxes that are controlled by this, which is just asking to go wrong. And I have my venture cam again. Well, hey, that's fallen down. There's a lot of bills in there that I'll go through soon as well. Yeah, the armrest hasn't really changed much, except it's less creaky than mine. Electric handbrake. You get the terrain control system, which I think was first in something like the Disco or maybe the Sport, I don't remember. But yeah, this is the select knobs. You can choose what terrain you want and all that sort of stuff. It still has the buttons for the other controls, as per my last one. Slightly updated fascia here, slightly nicer rotary dials, and cooled and heated seats, which on a day like today where it's very muggy and hot, I adore. And I'm also really crap with the heat, so I'm a massive fan of that. It's a Vogue SE, so it's the same spec as my last one. Heated steering wheel, heated and cooled seats. Obviously my last one didn't have cooled seats. Same stereo, except instead of icons, they've put words in here, okay? Same stereo system, the Harman Kardon Logic 7. If I get in the back, it's still got TV screens like my one, but unlike my, I keep saying like my one, this is my one. Unlike my black one, this one still has the remote. Look at that. Still has it. I don't know if it has the headphones, but it has the remote, so that's one thing. I think without the headphones, you can play the sound through the speakers. I'm pretty sure he said that, I don't know. I've already got my dog's blanket in there, sorry. Already ruining it. And again, unlike my one, in the boot, it's got a parcel shelf. God, these things are worth a bomb on their own, I found out when I was trying to find one for mine. They're such a cool parcel shelf design as well. I quite like it, although they break a lot. Also has a boot liner, which is nice. One of my old coats in a funnel. No paint spilled in the boot on this one, which is nice. Yeah, so I think overall, cosmetically, the interior and everything that's there, I think I've done quite well. Again, tell me down in the comments, do you think I've done quite well so far? So yeah, like I say, at the end, I'll tell you what I paid and you can tell me if I think I've done well. Oh yeah, also in the back, still heated seats, but a slightly different control for the heated seats and the aircon. And this is all a bit tidied up. I do think they did a good job at changing the interior in here. It's much nicer than the pre-facelift, I have to admit. So with any car, when you go to buy it, a used one especially, you want to know about the service history, always. And I'm still waiting on some of the service history for this. The chap will eventually give it to me. I know he will. He's a good old boy. He's not going to screw me around. But as you can see, trying to hide his thing, this has been looked after in its entire ownership since 2016 with James French. So as an example, it's just had this done last month. So coolant bottle went with the sensor, wiper blades, rear pads and shoes adjust. EGR valve. So the left-hand EGR valve obviously had an issue. Not cheap at a specialist, not cheap. And then we'll look at, yeah, a load of bushes done at a specialist. So sorting out the wire, the parking brake. These have an electronic parking brake, so of course they're always going to be a bit of a nightmare. This is an interesting one. Supply and fit transfer case assembly. Now, obviously it's a used or a refurbished one. I looked at it and it looks really clean. That's 1,500 quid, and that was, yeah, the end, about this time last year. Inspection 2 surface, rear caliper and carrier. Again, you know, these aren't cheap things to do at specialists. This one's pretty impressive. Usual suspension arms, shock absorbers, carry out rear door shuts repair. So that's the repair that he said he'd already had done, but that was done in 2020. 3,600. But yeah, That's good provenance to me. So let's take it for a drive and see what that all adds up to, shall we? I apologise for the weird camera angle. I was stupid and forgot to bring mounts, but there you go. You can look up at my 9 chins. So then, TDV8. So yeah, they're being this year, it's a 3.6, which I think is about 270 horsepower. As a comparison, my petrol had about 300. Obviously, it was naturally aspirated, and the difference I find with this most is the torque. Those twin turbos, that fairly substantially large diesel engine, you can feel it, and I find that it picks up a bit quicker, weirdly, probably just because it's got so much boost in the mid-range. No idea if it's ever been mapped, I don't think so. And now we're at low speed. Maybe you can't hear it, but there's some clonking from the suspension somewhere. I kind of think it's the rear, so did the previous owner. I've had it up and had a look underneath, and there was a loose exhaust shield sort of just around the middle where the pipe splits off. So I don't know if it's that, but also the rear shocks are leaking, and I can feel it when I'm driving. There's a bit of a bounce. It's not that noticeable, but you can just tell it doesn't ride quite as nice as my V8 one. So yeah, TDV8, difficult one for me, because when I bought the petrol one, I was looking for a petrol one. I have this theory that 9 times out of 10 it's cheaper to, or as cheap to run a petrol as it is a diesel, and there's never been a better example of that than the TDV8 Range Rovers, because around my local area I don't get good MPG anyway, because I'm doing short journeys from my house to a shop or something like that, you know. And on a long run, a V8 petrol is just ticking over. So I used to be able to get, you know, nearly mid-20s out of the last one. And when you look at the figures for this, the only figure that has a 3 in front of it, 30 mile per gallon, is the extra urban, which is usually like, you know, 20 miles an hour or something like that. So I was a bit dubious. And then you add in the fact that it costs the same to tax. It's the same £630 a year as the petrol, and then diesel is more expensive. I mean, right now prices are starting to come down, but you're nearly £2 a litre for diesel, and the tank isn't smaller, and I don't think it does enough MPG more to justify it. However, since having this, I've reset my trip, and I'm currently averaging, well, I've had it a day and I've only done short trips in it. I'm averaging, I think, yeah, 21.8 MPG, which, to be fair, I'd have to do a bit of a longer run in the petrol to get that. Actually, my petrol was probably on about 17, 18 mile per gallon. So, yeah, let's say I'm getting about 3-4 mile per gallon at the moment. I think when I go to the airport on Wednesday, I'll see a bigger improvement, just the hour up the road to Birmingham. But we shall see. I want to keep this one updated for you guys, because there's going to be a lot of people who watch this and think, which one should I get? Well, I hope to do a bit of a comparison back-to-back properly with them for that, so I'll let you know. But for now, I just wanted to introduce you to the car. And yeah, get your guys' reactions. What do you think of it? And all that sort of stuff. But I did have a look underneath. Some bits are actually rustier than my petrol one. It's probably just due to where they were kept. I'm guessing this was brought down in Essex 2016, so maybe it was near a sea or seaside or something in that time. But having said that, it's had so much replaced on it that for a 2007 car, it's not too bad underneath at all. I think I'm going to wire brush a lot of the rust underneath and paint it, underseal it. So if you guys have any good suggestions on undersealing stuff, I've heard the Bill Hamber Hydrate 80 stuff is really good for like the rust conversion and that stuff, but I'd like to know what you think I should put on top. Should I just do the rust conversion and throw some Hammerite on there, or what? I don't know. That's kind of my plans with it at the moment. I have got another new car due in the next couple of weeks, but it's brand new, so I've been waiting for it to be delivered. It's nothing like this, it's a complete departure, so those guys who want the rangy vids, don't worry, I've still got a rangy for that. However, I will be selling the black car, and I will be selling it cheap. I can't find any of those Jag V8 4.4s for under 4 grand. I paid 3.7. I've probably got a few £100 in it, and I'll be looking for around the 3.5 mark, to be honest. So if anyone watching is interested in a cheap V8 Range Rover that you can see the entire history of my ownership with, there you go. That brings me on to what's the price on this? What do you think I paid? Well, I'll give you a minute to pause the video and go and look for a 2007. Jesus, move over, you dumb. Sorry. I'll give you a moment to pause the video, go onto your eBay or Auto Trader, look for a 2007 3.6 TDV8 Vogue SE with decent service history. It's 125,000 miles on this, but you could ignore that for now. Go look at the prices. I struggle to, I mean, at the moment, it's a really crap market to sell cars like this, but I'm not seeing any for less than £5 grand. And to be honest with you, in the condition this is in, I think it's probably worth more than that. So then, what did I pay? For this upgrade, I paid 2,750 quid. I'm pretty pleased with that. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty pleased with that. The guy who had it, he didn't really care about how much money he got for it. He more cared that it went to someone who's going to enjoy it. And I genuinely think this is a keeper. And I don't say that about a lot of cars. Maybe I do, but this one, I adore it. This is perfect for me. Okay, my phone stopped recording there, so now I'm stopped. I'll just have a bit of a summary then. So yeah, I got it very cheap. The guy was very nice. It was just an opportunistic thing that, you know, he got an easy sale to a person he knew would look after the car. And I got a car that I really wanted. So yeah, if anyone wants the Petrol one, let me know. Drop me a DM on Instagram or a comment down below or whatever. But yeah, let me know what you think. Did I get a good deal or did I not? If you like the video, YouTube are really good. They put a little button beneath and you can press it and it tells me you like the video, and YouTube. And also, if you thought I was quite good and you thought, oh, I really want to watch this guy's videos, you won't believe it, there's another button as well. It's called subscribe. If you could take it, that's great.